Okay. In this session, we will discuss about exception handling. Okay. So first of all, what is exception handling? Exception handling means whenever an error occurs inside a stored procedure, we have to handle it. Okay. That means whether it has been continuing or exiting the current code blocks execution and issuing a meaningful error message, that is our responsibility. Okay, that means to handle the exceptions, we have to give some meaningful error message. Okay, here this is the error exception handling code. Okay, so here, for example, I am going to create one table, use D6 database table T1 and serial number, not serial number, employee number, e-name, varchar of 5. T1 already exists. So drop table T1 and here I am going to write one procedure, get underscore, so table name is T1 and I am going to insert some values into T1 table, emp number, e-name, values. So here I am passing the parameters like e underscore and integer p underscore, this one is varchar of 5. So whatever I am passing through these parameters, that values will be inserted into T1 table. Observe this, their data types. For employee number, integer data type. For employee name, varchar of 5. If I give name length is 6, then it will throw some error. So call get underscore, what is the T1? T1. This here I am giving employee number 1, name is Sai. I am giving, see this, T1 does not exist. I have created no. Okay, one row affected. Okay, so you can find that record in this table. See this, one record has been inserted. Here, if I pass string through employee number 1A, then check this procedure. What will happen? Data truncated for column p underscore employee number. Okay, so this type of error you will get. Okay. So error exception handling is not used for error removing. Okay, it is used for error handling. Okay, so procedure will not return this kind of response if you use exception handling code. Okay, so this is exception handling code. It is here two blocks are there. One is continuer block. That means this block will continue the execution if nothing will, if there is no error found. Okay, this block will stop the execution if any exception happens. Okay, and you can return such kind of exception in normal manner. I mean in select query. Okay, here this is message text means it is stored in session variable. That means you can return that response in select query. Okay, you can return that error response in select query as message. Okay, so see, before introducing exception handling code, how do you get that error response? Here like this. Okay, now I am executing similar in executing the procedure with uh, old values only. See this. Wait a minute. Declare and let p underscore employee number equal to 1. Let p underscore ename equal to See this. So through the parameters, it is not entering this code. See what happened is, so earlier I have taken the parameters here, p underscore employee number, p underscore employee name. Okay. While calling that procedure, so it is not accepting that parameter value. That's why it is not returning, it was not returning this kind of message in select query. Okay. Now the cursor moved to begin block and then it will execute step by step. After that, while executing this line, then it will throw the exception. That means it will execute this block so that you will get this kind of error. Okay. So earlier what happened, when I am trying to pass this 1a, what will happen here in this procedure, I have declared the parameter names. Okay. So at this point only, that error has occurred, so that it didn't enter in this begin and end blocks. Okay, that's why you didn't get the error response in select query. Okay, so that's why I removed that parameters for our understanding purpose. I removed that parameters and declared as variables. After that, I have pushed these input values by using set statement, and then I was trying to execute this insert query. Okay, so this execution flow means here, first of all, these two statements will be executed, and then here if there is no error, then this block will be executed, and then these lines of code will be executed. If any error occurs, then immediately this block will be executed. See this. Declare exit handler for SQL exception. If any exception rises, then the cursor move to this block. Here message text, this will be error response. It is set to the session variable. Okay, here I am returning that session variable response value in select query. Okay, so in real time, one error message table will be there. Okay, like error message here, serial number, and here error name, and like 1000, and here procedure name. Okay, and here created. Okay, see this. I am going to insert this error response in one table. In this table, error name will be there. column name, error name, what will be the table name? Small letters only. Okay. After that, procedure name, and I am moving this error response into this error message table, and procedure name is one. What will happen? Apply. So before going to execute that call statement, please see the error message table. Okay, empty records are there. This is auto implemented. So here I am trying to execute this procedure. See, so you will get the error response in a particular manner. I mean, here I have written error response in select query. For that, column name is message. Okay. Now check this error message table. See what will happen. That entire error response will be stored in error name, and procedure name is get underscore t1. Okay. So when that error was created, this is the time. Okay. So this is the real-time approach. So why it is error message table required? That means you have created one procedure and you have given that procedure name, input parameters, and output data, output response to the API people. Okay, in real time, you don't know how many times that procedure has been called by others. Okay, suppose see this. Today at 6:30 p.m. you have created one procedure. Okay. After that, that procedure has been moved to production. Okay. At midnight, I mean around 12 o'clock, that procedure has been called for 10 times. Okay. 10 times. Okay. For 5 times, you may get the exceptions. So tomorrow you come to the office, and how did you know how many times that procedure has been raised that exception, and what kind of exception raised by that procedure? How can you know? This is the approach. This is the only approach you can know. So how many times that procedure has been raised the exception, and at what time that procedure has been raised that exception. Okay, so this is the only approach. So tomorrow, once you go to the office, and as a database developer, first of all, you should execute this query. Okay, select star from error message. Then you have to check, I mean like this, order by created descending. Okay, and then you have to check based on the time. Okay, from current time to yesterday evening time till 6:30 p.m. Okay, how many times, how many exceptions has been raised? Suppose you are having 100 procedures in database. Same code you have to apply for all this procedure. Then only you can know so which procedure raises the exception at what time. Okay, so suppose here get underscore t1 exception is raised for this procedure. So you have to open that procedure and see this error message, data truncated for p underscore employee number. Okay, so here observe this p underscore employee number parameter data type integer. So what type of values you are passing to that parameters? 1a. So integer doesn't allow alphabets. So whether you can change the data type or you can change the values also. Here you are passing alphabets. That's why it is better to change the data type. I mean varchar of 50. Okay. Now execute it. We will see what type of error we will get. Okay. So here it is, this one. Here also error will come. See this employee number at row 1. Earlier what type of error? P underscore employee number. But here EMP number. That means open this procedure and see this EMP number. So what will be the data type of EMP number in T1 table? Where is it? Okay, refresh it. See this int. Okay, so go to this table and change it to varchar of 50. Now execute it. Now one row affected. Okay, and here you are not getting any response. But how do you know whether that particular record has been inserted into table? Okay, see this. After inserting, I am giving some success message. See this. When I am getting error, I am giving error message. Alias name is MSG. When I am inserting one record, after inserting the record, how do I know whether that particular record has been inserted or not? Means for that also I am giving alias name message for success. See this success. Okay. Now suppose I am trying to store Sai Satya into employee name. Now execute it. Data too long for p underscore e name. Why? Here it is 5. Okay, name is greater than data type size. Okay, so now data truncated for column e name. That means go to the table and here also you need to change data type size. Now execute it. So you will get success. If there are no exception found, then you will get success message. Otherwise, you will get exception message. Okay, don't by heart this. Okay, just understand the concept. Okay, without this, you directly get the error response. You will not get the error response in select query. If you write the entire logic and put the select query in this block, then you will get the error response in select query. Then only API people can bind that error response. Okay. See this. See this. This type of message only API people can bind. If you execute this type of message, okay, the API people cannot bind this response. Okay. So this is about exception handling.